You know, for the end of October, it has just been a beautiful day out here on Pelican Lake. I mean, it's the end of the work week. I kind of look forward to just going home for the day and
Hey, Anthony!
Jeff, what are you doing here?
Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you, sir.
Just strolling through the beach. I was doing the same thing, just sort of doing some deep thinking and stuff, but would it be cool if we go
Beyond the blueprint.
So Anthony, we could have just kept BSing and stuff, but honestly, we got to do another project update, and it looks like there's some progress.
There is progress. We're getting work done both on the inside and the exterior of this beautiful home here. You can see we've started some of the preliminary stone work. We have our beautiful window trims, and look at that soffit and fascia. It really helps to capture that roof line there. They have their scaffolding set up to continue the stonework up that chimney, and I can't wait to see those trapezoidal windows installed as well.
The chimney, I think last time I was here, it sort of blew me away. I mean, that thing just, it still does. I mean, it's so cool.
It is. It's gonna be a focal point of this home. It's gonna provide that warm fireplace on the inside and that cozy feeling and aesthetic from the outside.
Well, let's head on inside.
Let's do it.
Anthony, something looks a little bit different in here. I think it's pretty obvious.
Yes, yeah. Last time we were here, we were in the mechanical roughing phase. So we were putting the electrical, plumbing, and HVAC in position. Now you can see we've done the insulation and we've started doing the drywall process.
Drywall is an important part of the project, that's for sure. And I know someone actually that's an expert on that, but you never know where they'd show up.
You never know. You never know. You can see here we have our air barrier, vapor barrier between our insulation, our sheetrock on our exterior walls. We've done a diligent job making sure that's all nice and sealed. That way it provides a nice airtight barrier. And then we're gonna go around and actually spray foam the perimeter of our window jambs here. We have these beautiful wood pellet window jambs. And you might be wondering, Jeff, why is there insulation in this wall? Can you tell me?
I don't know. You gotta tell me on that one.
So even though this is an interior wall, we've provided sound insulation here to help dampen the transfer of noise between inside bedrooms. Just a nice feature to kind of help deaden some of the sound within the structure.
Little small things like that, that's what Lighthouse does well. Okay, this room, it looks like the phase game has been stepped up. It's just like a transition to the next phase, right?
It is, yeah. This is room we're standing in. All the sheetrock's been hung on the ceilings, the walls. And it's funny because when you're walking through a home when it's framed and there's no insulation, no sheetrock, it almost feels in a way smaller than once you start to compartmentalize the spaces, because now you're in the zone where you can actually start to feel what the home's gonna feel like and function with once it's completed.
Yeah. So is there anything in this room, like specifically the lights or any special features that's gonna happen?
You know, really, this is a nice bedroom space here. If you look up at the ceiling, you're gonna see we have those cut in for the disc lights, primary source of lighting. We also have a ceiling fan in the center of this space to really help with airflow, those types of things. And other than that, it's a standard bedroom. You know, we do have a TV outlet on the wall. We really try to think through during the design and planning phase, all those little things that, you know, I can wish and think back later, gosh, I wish I would have done that. It would have been so easy to do under construction. We'll try to help alleviate that, and I think we've accomplished that in this space.
This is just awesome. I like that switch from over there to here. You can just sort of see the update, and that's the part that you go beyond the blueprint and just sort of see the different phases of the project. That really is just educational and informing.
Awesome.
Let's keep looking.
Jeff, where are you at, Jeff?
Look what I found, man.
What are you doing under there?
Well, I remember the crawl space last time, but this is new.
Yes, yeah, we've just framed up a nice opening into the access area underneath the staircase so that we're not wasting any potential storage space there.
Yeah, and again, last time when we were down there talking about the storage space, you said you can always have more storage, and this is an area too, but wow, cool.
Yes, yeah, it's super nice. I'm glad you found your way down to Harry Potter's lair there, so.
So what's new here? Because wow, I mean, the ceiling, all the insulation, this is crazy cool.
We've insulated this space, and you'll notice this right here. This is called fiberglass insulation. In this case, we're just putting it in all the interior walls to help dampen some of the sound in the house. We have it on the majority of our exterior walls, but tell me, Jeff, what do you see in that wall?
That looks a little bit different. I'm not sure what that is. I've seen it before though.
So that's called spray foam, and there's a reason we're using spray foam in this wall of the home. It allows us to really get all those tight crick and crannies. So this is a tall wall assembly. We talked about that last time. You have a lot of framing material in there, and versus trying to shove and piecemeal a bunch of small pieces of insulation, you get a much better finish. And sometimes if you don't want to do spray foam throughout the entirety of the home, it makes sense to do it in these areas where it's a lot more cut up. You get a higher efficiency that way.
So you got this type of insulation, but what's on the ceiling?
So it's actually the same type of insulation as the walls, and that's a fiberglass bat, and that allows us to achieve our R50 requirement for that ceiling space.
Okay.
And in this case, we had enough depth in our parallel cord where we can actually insert that bat. But the ceiling insulation is substantially thicker and deeper, thus a higher R value than the wall insulation.
So Anthony, last time you told me you're gonna build custom bunks here, so it looks like the renderings here show it all.
Absolutely, so it's fun. You get to see the 3D of the final vision where those doors will slide, so those bunks will be concealed if you're not using them. And then up here you can see some of our more advanced detailing of how exactly they're going to be constructed and what size material. So it's kind of that blending of the technical side to get the image side, so you really get a feel for how it's gonna look.
Yep, so should we go take a look at that room again?
Let's do it.
Let's go. All right, so this is the spot right here, right?
There's actually 2 spots up here, so we'll have 2 sets of these bunks, but yes. So we've kind of recessed this space here. You can imagine approximately right here will be the platform between the 2 beds.
Yep.
And then there'll be sliding barn doors here that'll close in.
Oh, cool.
And the purpose of that is not as if anyone's sleeping in there, but if they're not, it's gonna just look like closets up here and really fit nice with the beautiful millwork of the home. But there's a huge functionality here of being able to sleep 1, 2, 3, 4 additional people in this home comfortably, because these aren't even twin size bunks. I believe these are full size beds, so really nice sleeping space.
Yeah, just wake up and then you get those windows again, that view. I mean, wow.
There you go, it's all about the view.
Well, let's keep looking around this home. Anthony, there's been a lot of progress up here in the drywall.
Yeah, we're hanging the drywall, and that's one of those stages that goes pretty fast for the result that you see, because it really helps you start to segment some of those spaces. And you know, next steps are we're gonna work on the taping, texturing, prime, paint, and at the same time the crews can be working on the outside, making headway on the siding.
Well, fantastic updates, fantastic time just walking through this home again, but I gotta get going.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go play a quick 9, so I'll check you later.
Sounds good. I mean, I don't really have anything going on if...
Yeah, sure. You mind, Pan?
For both of us?
Yeah, I'll get the waters.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, thanks for joining us on today's episode where my cheap friend and I took you
beyond the blueprint.